Hey, up next on the MARR Army Rock Show, we're excited to have a friend we see at shows all over the place. Morton GP, he's the guitarist for the brand new band Scandic Tribe. Their album Made in Scandinavia comes out April 29th. Morton, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
It's always a pleasure seeing you at shows, my friend, and we've seen you perform with many bands. So tell us about this brand new band, Scandic Tribe. How did the band form?
The band kind of started out with just like a vision, and started writing some songs and doing a little bit of recording, and it's kind of like just feeling in the beginning was mostly my way through and seeing what was going to happen, and and then make some connections as you progress. And I got in touch with some good people and some skilled players and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, things were happening slowly. I mean, it took some time, but it just started happening slowly. And, and we developed as a group and everything. And, music started to sound really good. We got some good people on board mixing and otherwise. And, things just started happening.
So the name Scandic Tribe, so for folks who don't know, we've got the Danish-born Morton here on the phone, and you've got a Norwegian singer. So tell us about how you guys found each other.
Yeah, and actually I was, I'm as you know, I live in the States right now most of the time, and actually I was looking for a singer over here in the beginning, and it wasn't like there. I just couldn't really find anybody like that really fit what I was doing. And I fell in touch with Thomas, which actually, even though he's from Norway, he actually lives in Denmark right now. And we started, yeah, it's funny. And we started talking with each other, and I sent him some music, and he started putting some scratch tracks on there, vocal-wise, and I really loved it. I mean, it was exactly what I was looking for, and to fulfill the vision of what we were doing, and I just told him to go ahead, start doing it, because not holding him back, because he's a trained singer as well, and he has an amazing voice, but also he's not just a singer. He's really treating his vocals like an instrument almost, and he started layering his vocals with choirs and everything on there, and it ended up being like, I'm really happy with it, and that gave another aspect to the whole band.
So the album being called Made in Scandinavia, but we don't want to confuse folks. So tell us about the writing process. So was it actually recorded here in New Jersey, did I see, or California? Tell us about where this thing kind of came together.
Most of it is recorded in a studio in New Jersey. Me and Thomas wrote a lot of stuff together, both here and also back home. And most of the recording some of the vocals is done in Denmark. The instruments is done here it was done in New Jersey. Thomas flew in over here and did most of the lead vocals in New Jersey, and then after the recording progress, everything got moved to Los Angeles, where we had Roy C. He got on board to start doing the mixing. So yeah, it's been a little bit all over.
So you talk about the production process. You used a pretty well-known producer for this one. Tell folks about who your producer was.
Yeah, first off, Roy C. is awesome. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows him from all the work that he's been doing with, Judas Priest, Bruce Dickinson, Rob Halford, you name it, Angry Malmsteen. And I got in touch with him. We had a mutual connection, actually. This is a little bit all over, but we had a mutual connection located in England, actually, and she put us in touch with each other, and we started talking with each other over email, and I sent him some stuff, and he was really digging it too, and he said he would love to be on board, and do the mixing and a few tweaks here and there, and a few instruments that had to be done and all that stuff. So so we got him on board as well, and when that happened, we kind of moved the whole production to LA, and I flew out there and met up with him, and we started, he had already started on the mixing at that point, but I went out there, I've been out there a couple of times now, and that's how that came along,
So the debut EP from the band has 4 tunes on it, and interesting enough, my favorite one, I think, is probably the mellowest one on there, and it's the tune Heaven. So tell me a little bit about the tune Heaven. I like that song a lot.
Yeah, Heaven is actually, for me, it's a very important song actually, because it's actually the lyrics is about one of my very close childhood friends that I've kind of known since I was 3 years old or something like that. Kind of been growing up together, and sadly he passed away a couple of years ago. And if you listen to the lyrics, it's kind of like a tribute to how he wanted to go out. So so that song is like it's very, very emotional and true song, and it's actually a song we're very proud of because it's very, very believable, and everything is true in the lyric wise and all that stuff. So and that's another song, you know, as we started recording it, you know, it became stronger and stronger, and that's one of them songs we actually got a string section on there too, and where we had some cello players and stuff like that come into, and you know, and it just added to the whole atmosphere of heaven, which actually, it's one of my favorite songs too. And so basically the song is kind of like a tribute to one of my friends back home that passed away, sadly. So yeah, it's an important song.
So I'm going to ask about one more. I mentioned the 1418. Another song that I liked on there was called Heroes. Now tell me, who are the heroes you're referring to in the song? Tell us about who they are.
The Heroes is like the whole EP, and later on the whole full album that's going to come out is all about optimism and promote positivity and all that kind of stuff. And Heroes is one of them songs too, where it's not about a particular person, but it's just in general about it's a credit to people that go the extra mile in just in daily life, and they don't always get the credit for it, but you can, you know, with a lot of things happening every day in your daily life, you know, there's a lot of people that do stuff for you, and people that are courageous, and you know, especially over here in the United States, you know, we have a bunch of accidents and tragic events and all that stuff, you know, and you know, it gets covered on the news. But it was really a combination of, if you go back to I think that happened out in Arizona with a shooting out there, and the main inspiration for the tune actually came from when I saw an interview with a guy out there that was standing up for his sister that got shot out there, and he was so proud of her, and I'd never seen anything like it, actually, somebody like that you know that was confronted with all the media and all that stuff, and he was a very strong person, and he was just saying there that, you know, he wasn't going to answer any questions about the tragic event. He just wanted to talk about how proud he was of his sister, and that's kind of like that started, like, that got the ball rolling in my head for the inspiration to the song. And you know, and a couple of other events went by, and I had it brewing up my head for like 7-8 months, and you know, and all of a sudden I felt like I had the whole song ready, and I penned it down, and you know, so it's a tribute to everyday heroes and people that go the extra mile. That's really what it's all about.
That's a great story, man. It would be so cool if you could somehow find that guy and reach out to him and like let him hear the song. I think it'd be a really neat thing. Do you have any chance of being able to find him, you think?
Yeah, you know, it's something that I'm working on, and I'm not sure if he wants to get his name out there, and I haven't been able to reach out to him yet. So, and I hope that he would like to get his name known with it, but until I have a clearance from him, I'm not ready to put his name out there, because I don't know if he wants it, you know.
Yeah, I totally understand that. So, yeah. Hey, can we expect to see any live shows coming out of Scandic Tribe anytime soon?
I don't know if soon is the right word. We're working on it. It's a little bit more complicated because we're a little bit scattered all over, and so I do expect that we're gonna do some shows back home in Northern Europe first. When we get a little bit further, we got this EP now here, and later on, like I said, we got the full-length album coming out. I do expect us to do some shows back home, but I also do expect us to do some shows in California as well. That is something that we're working on right now. It's a progress. It takes a little bit of time, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if soon is the right word, but we will definitely be out playing, that's for sure.
So I mentioned the EP is set for release on April 29th, and it's going to be called Made in Scandinavia. Where can people pick up the EP once it comes out?
The EP, the physical CD is only going to be available on our own website, scandictribe.com. And for those people that prefer to do the downloads and MP3s and that kind of stuff, it's going to be available on iTunes and Spotify and Apple Music and all those media devices as well. So, but the physical CD is going to be available on ScandicTribe.com.
Hey, so it seems like every year I see you down at the M3 Festival, and we're heading down there again in a couple weeks. Are we going to see you at M3 taking in all the great music again this year?
I would love to be there. It's time-wise, it's a little bit, because I got a few other things going on that same week. It is in my plans to go there, like it is every year, and I would love to go. I have a few other loose ends up here that I have to take care of, but I would love to go. So I have to let you know a little bit closer to.
well, we're going to hope to catch you down there this year. It's always a good time running into you and seeing you enjoying all that great music as well. So, hey, this has been Morten GT. He is the guitarist from the band Scandic Tribe. Their new album, Made in Scandinavia, is due out on April 29th. You can get it hard copy from their website, or you can download it from your favorite digital outlets. So, Morten, always a pleasure, man. Thanks for being here on the show.
No, thanks for having me. Anytime. I appreciate it, and thanks to you guys.